What's up? Let's talk about getting out there and smashing the bonus objective is what we'll call it. Getting out there and doing the thing that you maybe weren't wanting to do, and this great example of why. The other night, yesterday, me and my friend were walking around, not just the other night, last night, part of the reason I have been uploading late, around midnight my time, is because a lot of holiday stuff has been going on, and yesterday I actually missed my upload because I fell asleep while trying to upload. So, that, uploaded this morning. Here's today's video. But yesterday, me and my friend went for an evening walk. And it was cold, and it was not that great, but we decided that we were going to go for this evening walk. We're like, yeah, let's go. We're going to go up to a certain distance, and we were like, oh, that's too far, it's too crazy. And then, we're at a closer place, and they're like, no, let's go for that objective. Let's go to that extra distance. We call it the darkest dirt path. Because we were walking our friend up that path, and my buddy was like, this is the darkest path. And I knew it was far beyond that. And then after the darkest path came the darkest path, because another section of the path came up. My friend was like, I thought you said it was the darkest path. He's like, I didn't say there was a darkest path. And so it's the darkest path. And we decided to walk up the darkest path. And when we were at the very beginning of this darkest path, we were going through a fairly underbuilt forest. It's just like a bunch of trees planted in a little area to walk through. And one of the people who lived in the area next to it, they had their yard adjacent to the whole walkway and small park with a bunch of trees in it. And they had a Christmas decoration. It was one of those LED things that spins the lights around. And so we're walking through this place. We've been 1,000 times. We've been there tons of times. And this night was special because that Christmas decoration, I don't know what it was, spinny light thing, it made it look like electricity was flowing through the trees in this place we'd been 1,000 times in Christmas colors. It was festival Christmas electricity is what it looked like, because the light was kind of far off and it would just guide along the shapes of the bark, so it looked like the trees were electrified. And we sat in the middle of this multicolored electric forest for a period of time just looking. Wow, this is incredible. And keep in mind, like I said, we've been there. We've been there a lot. We've never been so dumbstruck by this area, because it had been kind of mundane for a long time to us, because it was like the place we went to get to the place where we start having real fun, because that leads outside of the city limits. But when we were walking to the place where we our landmarks such as the Dread Gazebo and the end of the darkest path, we encountered this thing that took something from the mundane to the completely incredible. It's something that we'll never forget, I don't think, because it was literally like there was multicolored electricity running through the trees. It was incredible. And that would have never happened if me and my friend had decided, no, we're gonna stay. No, we're not. We stayed at that place closer to my house. Had we stayed up at the reservoir, that reservoir where I showed you guys the memorial stone, we were up there. Had we stayed up there, we would have never seen the electric forest. Had we decided to not go for the thing that we thought was, a little too hard, maybe a little too crazy, we're a little too tired for it, viewed it as entirely a bonus objective, if we hadn't gone for the bonus objective, we wouldn't have discovered the electric forest at night. And this place that I had been 100,000 times since I've moved here to this town in Oregon. Eugene, I encountered something magical, and it would have never happened. It was great. So keep in mind that not every one of these is going to pay off like that, but when you do get the opportunity and it does pay off, you'll encounter something that I don't think me and my friend are ever going to forget this. This is probably one of the most legendary things to happen to us involving the darkest path. And we will bandy tales about this for decades to come.